Hello gamers, my name is Seeded Gamer and welcome back to another booster opening video. It is number 3 of 10 on the Amonkhet bundle. Let's get cracking right into this and see what we get. Coming in from yesterday's booster pack, it's the Anointer Priest, 1 and a white for a 1/3 human cleric. Whenever a creature token enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. You can embalm for 3 and a white. He's not bad. Could be better, but he's not bad. Moving on. I've already talked about him enough this week. Hieroglyphic Illumination, 3 and a blue for an instant, draw 2 cards, or you can cycle it for a blue. So single blue mana, draw 1 card, 3 generic extra, draw 2 cards. And cycling, sometimes you'll get enough value out of the cycling that it's like you're drawing a second card, so going for a single blue can work pretty nicely. Moving on. We have Cartouche of Zeal, single red mana for an enchantment or a cartouche. Enchant creature you control when it enters. Target creature can't block this turn. The enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has haste. Probably one of the weaker cartouches, but it's definitely still fine if you've got enough trials in the deck you can bounce. Like if you get the Trial of Zeal, Cartouche of Zeal is fantastic. Like 3 mana. Give a thing haste, make one thing unable to block, and kill another thing. That's pretty good. Yeah, Cartouche of Zeal, not bad. Not bad. Like, could be better, but oh well. Moving on. Pouncing Cheetah, 2 and a green for a 3/2 cat with flash. I think I've had one of these in every single booster so far. Let's move on. Shimmer Scale Drake, 4 and a blue for a 3/4 Drake with flying. Not bad. Or you can cycle it for 2 generic mana. So it's either 5 mana for a 3/4 flyer, or 2 mana for a card. Yeah. Sometimes you want the flyer, sometimes you'll need to find an answer to a different kind of creature. Plus the 3/4 is actually just a decent body. Like, again, still dies to electrify, but if you're not facing up against a red deck, he's probably alright. Moving on though. Blazing Volley, single red mana sorcery. Blazing Volley deals 1 damage to each creature your opponents control. It's kinda shit. Like, yes, it hits flyers, yes, it'll kill all their X1 creatures, but it's not worth a main deck. You might have this in a sideboard, but yeah, I'm not sure what you'd really bring it in against, because all the zombies have 2 toughness, a lot of your exert creatures will have more than 1 toughness. Like, unless you were casting 2 of this in a turn to wipe your opponent's board, I don't think this is really worth it. I really don't. But, oh well. Yeah, and then at that point you're getting rid of 2 spells in your hand and it's not a fun time. But moving on, we have Painful Lesson, 2 and a black for a sorcery. Target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. It's like Sign in Blood, but slightly easier, but slightly more expensive to cast. It's not bad. It's black draw spells. We know how it works. Moving on. Amberhorn Minotaur, 3 and a red for a 4/3 Minotaur Warrior. You may exert it as it attacks. When you do, it gets +1/+1 and gains Menace until end of turn. Yeah, swing in with a 5/4 Menace creature. That can usually cause some double blocks. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And if they don't, well, if they do double block it, you're either killing something or they're blocking with 2 of their biggest creatures and the rest of your stuff can get through a little easier. It's not bad. It's not bad. Moving on though. Cradle of the Accursed. Land Desert, tap to add colorless to your mana pool. Pay 3, tap and sacrifice Cradle of the Accursed. Make a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Activate this ability only any time you could cast a sorcery. So, early game it's mana, late game if you draw this you can just make a zombie out of it. It's not bad. Not bad. Definitely, it is an okay card. You definitely want it in your zombie deck, maybe your embalm deck if you really want to get another token in there, but you probably don't. Yeah. Probably a good card for the zombie deck, mediocre at best in other decks, because it does remove one of your coloured mana sources. So, yeah. Moving on. Open into Wonder, X blue for a sorcery. It is our first uncommon. X target creatures can't be blocked this turn. I would play that card, but it keeps going. Until end of turn, those creatures gain, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Yup, I like it. So if you're playing something like your blue-green big stuff, it's late game, you're wanting, like, it's kind of board stall, you got a bunch of big creatures, they got a bunch of big creatures, your top deck open into Wonder, at the very least you might be able to refill your hand, and at best, you've probably just killed them by swinging in with a bunch of Colossopeds. I don't know why you'd play more than one Colossopede in a deck, but if that's what you want to do, then open into Wonder. Open their face into the wonder of your fist. Moving on to our second uncommon, Trial of Ambition. Oh, I've been looking for you. 1 and a black enchantment. When Trial of Ambition enters the battlefield, target opponent sacrifices a creature. When a cartouche enters the battlefield under your control, return Trial of Ambition to its owner's hand. This is a good card. This is a very good card. It is fantastic early game. They've played their 2-mana creature. You cast Trial of Ambition. Oh, there goes my early game creature. Then you can cast cartouches later on, make them sack more creatures, especially if you go Cartouche of Ambition. When that enters, kill their X1 token. Then Trial of Ambition, they have to sack something that isn't that token. Like, you can essentially 2 for 1 with Trials of Ambition. It's very good. It is such a good card. I love this card. Moving on to our third uncommon, which probably isn't going to be as good unless it's Trial of Zeal. It's Shadowstorm Vizier. Yep, not as good. Blue and a black for a human cleric with flying. Whenever you cycle or discard a card, Shadowstorm Vizier gets +1/+1 until end of turn. He's not bad. He's not bad. There's better cycle and discard cards in the set, but I mean, he's got built-in evasion, he's got built-in pump. Yeah, he's not bad. Not bad. Definitely prefer other cycle cards, but oh well. We'll move on to our rare or mythic, who knows? It's Failure to Comply. Failure, 1 and a blue instant, return target spell to its owner's hand. Yep, that's, what is it, remand, essentially? Yeah. Except not quite, but Comply is a single white mana for, let's just rotate this around here. Comply, single white mana for a sorcery with Aftermath. You can only cast this spell from your graveyard, then exile it. Choose a card name, such as something you've bounced with Failure. Until your next turn, your opponents can't cast spells with the chosen name. So, let's say they go Sandworm Convergence. I don't know, why not? Failure, return it to its hand. Comply, make sure it stays in their hand for at least a turn. It gives you a little bit of time to potentially draw a counter spell or something like that. It's not bad. Now, it looks like we might actually have a foil in this one, so let's have a look. We got a foil Shadowstorm Vizier. Okay, we got the twofer. So 2 Shadowstorm Viziers, we get a mountain, and we get the the counter token, the counter token. You know, Cusco's poison. Alright, so double Shadowstorm Vizier and Failure to Comply. What other cycle cards did we get in this hand? We got the Shimmerscale Drake, which is in blue, Hieroglyphic Illumination, Painful Essence, probably good here, Open into Wonder. You got flying creatures, so you can probably draw a couple of cards that you might be able to cycle or discard later. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Yeah, that is a pretty sweet looking foil though. Like, in real life it looks a little bit dark, but if you get the right angle, like, you can kind of blends in there. But if you get it like on the side there, like just so that the lightning bolts get illuminated there, yeah, that's pretty sweet. I don't mind that. Don't mind that as foil. But that is going to be it for this booster. It was a pretty good one. I like it. Got some control cards, got some cycle cards. It's a pretty sweet looking foil. But yeah, that's going to be it for this booster. I'll see you all tomorrow for booster number 4. It's going to be a good one, I feel. Feel good about it. Yeah, I'll see you then.